expertise to work for you. Just Google David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker. List it, sell it, and move on. With me, David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker.
How do you make a buffet day even better? Make it a play day. The Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade is your place for good food and good times. Won the big game? Make it a play day. Aced your test? Make it a play day. Just need to get out of the house? Make it a play day. The Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade has all your favorites and all kinds of fun. So bring your family, bring your friends, bring your team. For good food and good times, make it a buffet day and a play day at the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Ready to be part of something big? Meet the Rapid City Sports Commission, the powerhouse behind sports in Rapid City. The commission focuses on bringing regional and national tournaments, supporting homegrown events, and creating opportunities for our kids. But it's not just games, it's a win-win for all of us. Youth sports fuel our economy. Hosting events in Rapid City means out-of-town families shop, dine, and stay with us, which boosts sales tax revenues too. To get in on the action, visit rcsportscommission.com, where we're all about the hustle.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Lions announced today that four-time Pro Bowl center Frank Ragnow is coming out of retirement. Ragnow retired in June after 7 seasons in the NFL. The Cincinnati Bengals officially activated Joe Burrow off injured reserve in advance of tomorrow night's game against the Baltimore Ravens. New York Giants quarterback Jackson Dart was a full participant in practice today after missing 2 games due to a concussion. Dart technically remains in concussion protocol. Minnesota Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy remains in concussion protocol, but was able to be a limited participant in practice today. Dallas Cowboys ruled tackle Tyler Guyton out for tomorrow's game against the Chiefs due to an ankle injury. Kansas City ruled out right guard Trey Smith also because of an ankle injury. Patriots put starting left tackle Will Campbell on injured reserve. NBA, Anthony Davis of the Dallas Mavericks could return to action on Friday against the Lakers after missing 14 games with a calf injury. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
It's time for South Dakota's Sports Talk Show. This is the Nate Brown Show, featuring live callers, great interviews, and thought-provoking sports talk. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, here we are back and ready to finish off the week. I hope it's a short week for you. I hope you're ready for Thanksgiving. Are you ready? You guys traveling right now? Where are you going? You going out of state? You hitting the road? I hope you're out and into the Thanksgiving break. Let's do one more show this week. We're back. South Dakota Sports Talk Show is live, where it's always a great day in South Dakota. Boy, the weather turning a little bit, so be careful wherever you're going. I appreciate you being here. The Nate Brown Show is on Fox Sports Radio across the state. Hey, we've had just over a year. I'm grateful for this opportunity. It's time to be thankful, right? So let's do some Thanksgiving-themed stuff tonight. Let's do that. We haven't done a Wednesday show before Thanksgiving in a while, so we're going to have a little fun. And I do appreciate you making us part of your day. The Nate Brown Show is on KWSN, Fox Sports Sioux Falls, also Fox Sports Rapid City, and a great guest lineup. Hey, I appreciate these guests dropping by tonight. They're busy going every which way, but we got a great lineup tonight. So let's get into it. South Dakota Sports Talk Show tonight featuring Gary Sharp from Nebraska. We'll talk Huskers, Iowa, and then this report today from CBS Sports about Dylan Raiola. So this is interesting today, trying to hit some news on a Wednesday before the Iowa-Nebraska game coming up Friday. Gary Sharp's in tonight from 1620 The Zone out of Omaha. He's talking Huskers, Iowa, and more. Frank Schwab is on tonight, national NFL writer covering the league. We've got some interesting games tomorrow, no doubt. Frank Schwab on tonight from YahooSports.com, national NFL writer on the Nate Brown Show. We'll go college with Matt Zimmer. Zim's in tonight, SiouxFallsLive.com. I just saw they released some of their top high school football players. I saw that. Matt Zimmer's on SiouxFallsLive.com. We'll talk FCS, SDSU, and USD and more. And we'll get some picks from BetMGM Sportsbook. Lizzie live from Deadwood. Colt Martin runs the Sportsbook, and he'll be on tonight with some NFL picks. We'll pick some Thursday Thanksgiving NFL games. So a busy show. Great guest lineup from high school to college to the pros. We've got a lot to do. The Nate Brown Show is on Twitter. Follow us, stream us live right now at Nate Brown Show. You can follow us and watch us live at Nate Brown Show on X. And YouTube channel is up right now, The Nate Brown Show. Just search for it, The Nate Brown Show, and you've got us on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. You're good to go. One more place, Midwest Sports Plus, the new high school sports app. Good stuff there on Midwest Sports Plus, and this show streaming live right now. If you want in tonight, 605-720-1067. Be a part of the conversation, 605-720-1067. That's the line. It's the Pizza Ranch studio hotline, powered by the Pizza Ranch. Stop by. You're going to be cooking tomorrow, most of you, right? Going wherever you're going. But if you want to stop in for some good food over the weekend, I hope you have a nice break. So you're going to get out, maybe watch some games, do some of that stuff. Go to the Pizza Ranch at East 10th Street in Sioux Falls and in Brandon. Great local pizza ranches. Also 2 locations in Rapid City, home of everyone's favorite buffet. The Barron's Wilson text line is open, 605-720-1067. Hit us on the text line. It is the Barron's Wilson listener text line. Okay, how do we want to do this tonight? I've got a little theme. We've never done this. We've done some New Year's stuff, like New Year's resolution. What do you want to see in 2026? We're not there yet. It's just Thanksgiving. I've got 2 different themes I'm going to do tonight. I worked on this hard this morning. I worked hard on this. We don't script it, but we plan it out, and I thought, let's do a couple of things here. Top 3 things I'm thankful for when it comes to South Dakota sports. Today is the day to be thankful. Hey, I know I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for all the serious stuff. But how about 3 things I'm thankful for when it comes to South Dakota sports? I've got my list, so I've got that ready to go. And then I wanted to spin it around a little bit. What about the top 3 turkeys? Turkeys, play on words. Top 3 turkeys in South Dakota sports right now. And I know who they are. I've got the list. I'm not going to take that many shots. I know who they are. We're going to have fun with this. So which do I do first? Which do I do first? That is the question today. By the way, first, I want to ask the question of the day, and a little different question of the day for you guys. When it comes to South Dakota sports, what big change would you be most thankful for? Yes, South Dakota sports. And I'm going to cover a few different topics here. When it comes to South Dakota sports, what big change would you be most thankful for? If this happened, you'd be so thankful. You'd be just having the best Thanksgiving ever in 2026. What would you be most thankful for? What big change in South Dakota sports? Here's some ideas. I've got one on the list that I know Matt Kearney would be very thankful for. 6-man football makes its debut. Will we ever get to 6-man football? I'm going to throw that in there. Okay, this is just thinking here. What big change, not just little, but big, would you be thankful for? 6-man football, the creation of 6-man football. That would be big. I'm going to put that one in. How about SDSU and USD going to the FBS? I know a lot of people want to argue about it. We want to say, no, FCS, we're fine. Everything's good. What about SDSU, USD going to the FBS? Okay, that's a change. And here's what I'm going to throw out. This could be seen as high school or college. Stopping so much athletes from transferring. I hear about that all the time on this show. We discuss it. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Can you put any limitations on transferring? This could be college. I think mostly people look at the college side and say, look at the players that USD lost in football and SDSU lost in football. Stop the athlete transferring so much. That's a big change that I think some people would be very thankful for. And I've got a long list. I didn't want to put everything on the list today. I would be thankful for what? A new system in South Dakota high school football classification so we could have teams being able to move down and it wouldn't be everybody crying and everybody would be so wound up. So I would be thankful for that. You tell me a big change that you would be thankful for. Maybe they're not on my list, but you tell me. Listener text coming in. Hey, here it is. I've got it. He's with me. Relegation. He's with me. I don't know who that guy is. He's talking about the system in high school football that now relegation would be you would move down. Like they would say, hey, you've struggled so much, you're going down. I'm just trying to find the right system that allows teams to move down. Okay, that's where I'm at. By the way, who's the leading vote getter so far when it comes to South Dakota sports? What big change would you be most thankful for if this ever happened? 54% say they would like to see the athletes not transferring. 54%. Not too surprised. The transfer thing, that gets people wound up. You're not going to be able to stop it. I do think we maybe could limit it a little more than what we have now. The last couple of years just been the Wild West, just a free-for-all. So now they're trying to limit transfer windows. They're trying to limit to just one time. So they're trying to limit it, and I'm okay with that. It can't just be a free-for-all every which way. 26% of you are saying that you would be thankful to see SDSU and USD get to the FBS sometime. 26%. 20% have voted for the Matt Kearney special. Six-man football makes its debut. Okay, I've got my segment. I'm ready to go. Let's do this, okay? Top 3 things I'm thankful for when it comes to South Dakota sports. Let's start with that. Let's be positive, okay? And I'm serious about this. I know I joke around, but I'm serious about this, okay? I am thankful that high school sports here in South Dakota covered at the level that they are. This is a special thing. You got to think about this. There's not too many states that cover high school sports at a really high level. Talk about it on TV, on radio, in print, online, coverage, live coverage of games. There's some really good streaming going on. SDPB outstanding at the state championship. So I am thankful that high school sports covered at the level they are. Not too many states do that anymore, and I think South Dakota is one of the best. Most states don't highlight high school student athletes like we do. So I think it's a good thing. People are invested in the young folks. Keep it up. It raises the bar. High school sports teach kids a lot. I think covering it at a high level raises the bar. So I'm thankful for that. Good work, everybody. Cover high school sports, and let's try to have local companies stay invested. Number 2, I am thankful for the great South Dakota sports fans. By the way, I'm not kidding around. We've done this show over a year statewide now in Rapid City, in Sioux Falls, the 2 biggest markets. We've been on in both. East River meets West River, and I'm thankful for the South Dakota sports fans that actually have some passion, join the conversations, offer some ideas, have some thoughts. We've really had a good time. You guys make the show really fun, so I appreciate you. South Dakota Sports Talk Show, thought-provoking topics from high school to college to the pros. That's what we try and do. I appreciate you making it happen, okay? Thanks for being South Dakota sports fans. It's been fun. Let's do this. Third one. Let's not get too sappy. I am thankful for this. I thought we were going to run out of these folks, and I still think there's a shortage. But I am thankful, and I hope you're thankful for who? Coaches that spend time in other people's kids. Spend time around other people's kids, helping other people's kids. I think we all get centered on me. Our culture is know-it-all culture, and it's about me. It's counterintuitive to what coaches are trying to do. Coaches are trying to build a team, build a culture, play for each other, play for something bigger than yourself. I appreciate that there's coaches still in South Dakota that say, I'm going to stay with this, man. I know there's politics. I know there's drama. I know it's all about me. I'm going to try and make high school sports the best it can be. I'm going to coach these kids from middle school to high school all the way. Thanks for building a team. Thanks for spending time. I know it's a thankless job a lot of ways. We criticize coaches so much. I mean, people criticize high school coaches, youth coaches. I mean, it's a thankless job. So if you're a coach, I am thankful for you. It's a big-time job. It's a tough job. A lot of people don't want to do it. They'll criticize you. They'll say stuff from the stands, but they don't want to do it. So thanks for stepping into the arena. I appreciate you. There's my top 3 South Dakota sports Thanksgiving list. Okay? Now, let's have fun. Top 3 turkeys in South Dakota sports, figuratively speaking. My top 3 turkeys in South Dakota sports. And these aren't good if you catch my message. How about number 1? The social media sports guys. Hey, any of you out there right now? I'm looking at you. The social media sports guys that reply to everything and have all the answers. Here's some of the answers they have. They tell people to just get better. They tell teams to just get better. They say things on social media like, you can't possibly be this dumb. They think it's easy to turn around a high school football program that hasn't won a game in 3 years. Just get better. But they also say, yes, teams need to get better. And then in another sentence, they'll say, but we need the SODAC 32 because we're not good enough to be in our top 2 in our region. So which is it? Get better, or you want 64 teams in a state tournament? By the way, they pull out good ideas like, let's just go to 5 football classes. What's the big deal? It'll never happen. But you want to keep saying it. By the way, it'll never happen, so it's over. But they have good answers like that. So here's to you, social media sports guys. One of my top turkeys in South Dakota. If only the Activities Association would listen to you guys on social media, we wouldn't have any problem in high school sports. You guys have the answers. I've seen it. By the way, there is this one here. Number 2, top 3 turkeys, South Dakota sports. I'm telling you this. There's people that take youth sports way too serious. I see it every other weekend. And I'm not saying it's all about participation, trophies, and just making sure Jimmy's having fun. That's got to be part of it. I am saying, though, it's more about who develops, who turns into a leader, what do kids learn. It's more about that than winning a Saturday basketball game when it's the South Dakota Elite against the big-time Ballers. Did you see that game Saturday? South Dakota Elite against the big-time Ballers. Who won? Nobody cares. Are you developing kids? Are parents doing things the right way? Are we learning? Are we getting better? Or are we just worried about finding the best team where your player's going to shine and winning all of the time? Nobody cares who wins a 7th grade tournament. Do things the right way. Last one. Top 3 turkeys in South Dakota sports. This is a tough one. It's touchy. The administrators in South Dakota who won't vote for something to change because they only look at how it impacts their school. It's tough. I understand. We got to stick up for our schools. So we got to stick up for our programs. But you got to see the bigger picture. So if it's good to explore 6-man football for a lot of schools, a lot of small communities, 9B schools, you got to explore 6-man football, something like that. If you see a team that hasn't won in 3 to 4 years, it's okay to let them move down. It's not like you're going to lose the 11 AA championship. It's okay. They're not going to steal it. So, administrators, when you go and vote on stuff, I know you're looking out for your school and your team, but we got to look out for the big picture as well. Can you see the big picture, or are you only seeing how it impacts you? That's how a lot of stuff does not get implemented. A lot of guys just look at it, they say, nope, I'm out. And they don't think big picture. Try and think big picture. We got some changes to make in South Dakota high school sports. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Top 3 turkeys in South Dakota sports. Book it. Frank Schwab coming up, NFL writer, Yahoo Sports.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one, so you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
Keep your cash and spend ours. Our Black Friday sale is back. Get 20% off our clean replacement windows and ensemble entry doors with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 18 months. You pay nothing until 2027. Plus, enjoy a Visa gift card for up to $2,000 as our gift to you. Hurry! This Black Friday event is only here till December 13th. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait, there's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
Connection to the land. A stronger connection to our neighbors. Standing on our own 2 feet while also working together. The power to do more connects us all. At member-owned West River Electric Association, it's all of us working together to make today and tomorrow better. This is Co-op Country.
Your sports, your show. From East River to West River, this is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show, The Nate Brown Show.
Welcome back in. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I appreciate you being here. Hope you're off work. Hope you're getting set for the great day tomorrow. Great day of family, friends, food, football. That's kind of my thing. I'm good with that. I hope you're doing good. The Nate Brown Show is on Fox Sports Radio. Hey, if you want to submit your top turkeys of South Dakota sports, I'll take those on the text line. We got some recommendations. I mean, be careful with it, though. Be careful with it. I gave you my top 3 turkeys of South Dakota sports, and you can submit yours. I got one. This is a good one. Anybody who boos referees at high school games. He said anybody who boos referees at high school games that won't pick up a whistle. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot. So let me know. 605-720-1067. You got a top turkey? Nominate on the text line. Frank Schwab's on tonight. Appreciate him hopping in before the Thursday NFL games. He is at yahoosports.com. Frank, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. Happy Thanksgiving.
I appreciate it, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's get into this. So I'm going to go to some of these games tomorrow. The big one is Chiefs-Cowboys. I've asked this earlier this week. I'll ask you, does this matter more for one team or another tomorrow?
I think it definitely means more for the Cowboys. It means a lot to both. A loss for either would really push them back. But there's a way out for the Chiefs, I think. Like, they can lose this and still make the playoffs. Like, it would pretty much eliminate the margin for error, but it's there. The Cowboys, if you fall back to 5-6-1 with the Lions on deck, it's getting hard for me to believe you can really make a playoff run. So I think that the Cowboys, for as much as we overreact to every one of their wins and be like, oh, wow, they're playoff contenders now, they're really not. You need a win like this to get in the race in a tough NFC. So I think it means more to the Cowboys, but it's very meaningful for the Chiefs, too. Look, if they lose it, it really gets tough for them. I mean, it gets tight. Like, you better not lose any more if you lose this one. So it's going to be playoff-level intensity. I think that way about pretty much all 3 games tomorrow.
What's your feeling on the line with the Chiefs favored by 3? I thought that was interesting. How do you feel on that?
Yeah, a lot of respect for the Cowboys. I don't buy it. I don't buy that their defense is just all of a sudden fixed and great. If they can do it against Mahomes, okay, then I'll, I guess I'll be convinced at that point. But I think Chiefs are a better team. I'm not buying into the Cowboys' resurgence. I think that it was a nice win for them, very good win for them last week. I mean, to come back from what they were down against the Eagles, win that game, I was impressed with that for sure. But I don't know. I'm not quite to the point of, hey, the Cowboys are back. So in that case, I'm gonna take the Chiefs in a game that they have a lot of urgency and they can't just afford to overlook this one.
First one is Lions Packers. Lions, I lean towards them in the NFC North still. Am I off on that? How do you see the NFC North Lions Packers Bears?
Yeah, same. I think the Bears finishing third. Look, Bears fans not happy at me for calling it out, but look, they have their best win all season. Their only win against a team over 500 all season was last Sunday when they beat the 6-5 Pittsburgh Steelers at home by 3 points when the Steelers had to start Mason Rudolph. That is their best win all year. They have a point differential of -3. Like they're good at two things that they're really, really good at. They're good at beating bad teams, and they're good at winning close games. And that's fine. That's great. Like it should be fun for them to be in a playoff race like this. But sustainable? No, I don't think so. So then you turn to the Packers and Lions, and I just think the Lions are the better team. But man, we gotta see some consistency here. I think this is a now or never game for the Lions. As far as, hey, if you're a Super Bowl contender, you're at home. Thanksgiving is always like a playoff game in Detroit. You're facing a team that blasted you in Week 1, so you should have revenge on your mind. If you are anywhere close to a Super Bowl contender, you handle business on Thursday. You handle business against the Packers. You win this game. You don't leave much doubt about it. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think the Lions are going to put forth a really good effort, get a good win. But if they don't, at that point, I'm giving up on the Lions becoming a Super Bowl contender this year. That just means they're just one of many teams in the NFL just fighting for a playoff spot with no real chance to make it all the way.
Frank Schwab on tonight talking NFL Thursday games. Thanksgiving tomorrow. You've got the nightcap Ravens, Bengals. So Joe Burrow coming back changes that, I would think. Bengals are out of it. Are the Ravens back in it?
I think so. But I will say this, like, they're 5-0 in their last 5. And if you hadn't watched them play, you think, wow, okay, they're playing well. Lamar Jackson's back, and and they're not. Every game I sit there and I'm like, all right, Ravens, when are you going to put this game away against the Browns? When are you going to put this game away against the Jets? They caught a really soft spot of their schedule, which is still ongoing. I mean, the Bengals are 3-8. And Lamar Jackson has not played well since his return from injury. He has about 71 rushing yards in 4 games, I believe. His last 3 games, he has 1 touchdown pass and 2 interceptions. This is just not Lamar Jackson. Like, I think a world of Lamar Jackson. I think he's the best player in the NFL, but I think this injury took a lot out of him, and he has really struggled to bounce back to his level. And you know the Bengals are going to be excited tomorrow. Joe Burrow's back, and you know they don't pay attention to, hey, there's a 1% chance that the Bengals make the playoffs. All they're thinking is, hey, Joe Burrow's back, and we can run the table. Like that's the mindset of an NFL team. You always are optimistic about what you can do and the runs you can get on. I think they're going to approach this as a playoff game. I think you're going to see them give whatever their best effort is left this season. It's going to be tomorrow on Thanksgiving against the Ravens, who they hate. So I worry a little bit about the Ravens in this game. I don't know if they necessarily beat the Bengals easily here because they just haven't played at that level. Now, they're going to win that division because the Steelers are just no good. But I'm interested to see what the Ravens have to offer tomorrow night. If they're just like the Lions, I just talked about them. Look, if you're going to be a Super Bowl contender, don't let the Bengals hang around for 3.5 quarters and beat them by 3 points when your offense is sputtering. Go and get a decisive win and announce to the NFL, hey, we're back. We're actually going to be a dangerous playoff team.
Let's hit on this Shedeur Sanders thing. Man, this guy is like so polarizing. It's off the charts. He gets a win for the Browns, first quarterback to do that in his first start in a long time. Now he's got the 49ers. This is going to be a tough duty. People are scrutinizing the way he's answering questions about his relationship with Stefanski. And, I mean, everything's under the microscope. So why is everybody on the Shedeur Sanders? It's like you hate him or you love him. I don't see any middle area. We're going to either toast him over the weekend or everybody's going to go crazy.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, the only guy who I've covered, and I've covered the NFL for more than 25 years now, only guy I can remember like this was Tim Tebow. They're not the same style. They're not the same person. They're not the same, nothing like that, but just the reaction people have to them where you can't say, even if you're pro Shedeur Sanders, you're never pro enough Shedeur Sanders. People will take even compliments toward him as, why do you hate Shedeur Sanders? And the people who are negative towards him, if you say anything reasonably, even middle of the road about him, they're like, well, why are you on Shedeur Sanders' side? He stinks. It's just weird. It is crazy, and especially from a guy who's a fifth-round rookie. I mean, and this is why he lasted to the 5th round. It's not because of his talent. We know that. We know that there was other stuff going on, and part of it was teams knew you sign up for this circus when you draft Shedeur Sanders. It's not just drafting a 5th-round pick who can comfortably develop, and nobody's really paying attention on a 3-8. I think they're 3-8 team. It's everything is just hyper focused, and the hyperbole is crazy, and conspiracy theories, and you don't want to deal with that. If this was any other 5th-round pick, we'd be just saying, one bad game off the bench, which is excusable. A pretty solid start against a really, really bad Raiders team. All right, let's see what he's got to offer the rest of the way. Instead, every single pass is some referendum on his career. It's nothing like I've ever seen before, Nate, except Tebow. Tebow was that way. Tebow would just make people insane.
Yeah, I know that. That's a good reference. Different, but the same. I want to go to your Vikings take here. A lot of Vikings fans up here in South Dakota.
Yeah.
And they got a situation. There's some Vikings writers I've had on this show, and they've said he's got the rest of this season, and now he's out of the concussion protocol, but he still has just this season to show Kevin O'Connell and this team that he can play. I don't know where you stand on it, meaning what do the Vikings do? Some Vikings people say you go after Mac Jones if J.J. can't cut it. Some people say, no, you got to stick with him through most of next year. What do you do?
I don't know. I really don't. I think it's to the point, and I think this is a good blueprint, is the Colts, who said, you know what? Anthony Richardson has not performed anywhere near the level of a starting NFL quarterback, which J.J. McCarthy has not. Like, he's been terrible. Like that. Let's just be honest. But not a very big sample size, so you don't know. But the Colts said, hey, we're bringing a guy in for real competition. And you know, if you win the job, that's good for us, but we're not giving you the job, and you better go win it. And Anthony Richardson didn't win it, and now Daniel Jones has taken off with it. I think the Vikings have to do something similar, whether it's Mac Jones or whoever. Like, it's not easy to just find quarterbacks. Everybody's going to be like, oh, just find a Daniel Jones. Well, Colts got really lucky with that. It doesn't always work that way. You end up with Kirk Cousins, or you end up with Kirk Cousins, the washed version of Kirk Cousins, or other guys who are just done at the end of their rope. Justin Fields. Like, I mean, it's not easy to find that guy, but that's what the Vikings are going to have to do. They're going to have to bring in somebody who can viably compete with the J.J. McCarthy, have a real true competition, and at the end of the day, if J.J. McCarthy doesn't look any better next year, you go with the veteran, and you say, sorry, like, the time's up. Like, we can't wait forever. You didn't play anywhere near a level where we can really give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't mean to, like, I don't have anything against J.J. McCarthy. Just being honest here, like, he just has not been good enough. His career passer rating is about 57 right now, lower than Jamarcus Russell. It's like 11 points lower than Anthony Richardson. It's 18 points lower than the second worst quarterback this year. Cam Ward is at 77. Like, he's just not playing professional level football. And unless something really, really changes, I assume he's going to be back at some point this year, and they'll get a look at him for the last 4 or 5 weeks. Unless something dramatically changes, that's the path you got to take. You can't dump him, I don't think, yet, but you got to bring in a strong veteran who can legitimately compete with him in camp.
Last one, Broncos play Sunday Night Football against the Commanders. The Broncos keep winning. I don't like the line there. They're favored by 5.5 on the road. Where are the Broncos going to end up when it comes to a seed? I know we're early. What do you think about the Broncos in the AFC playoff seeding?
Yeah, right. And, I do playoff projections, kind of our bracketology every Wednesday, and I have them as a 2 seed. And it was tough. I struggled. I almost put them number 1, finally settled down with number 2, because I just think the Patriots' schedule is so much easier. Like, the Patriots have caught a schedule like you're not going to see very often in the NFL. It has been Charmin soft. Good for them for winning games. Like, you still got to win the games, but they still have a softer schedule. But I think the Broncos are the better team. I really do. I don't know that they're the best team in the AFC. I'm not willing to go there yet, but they could certainly go to the Super Bowl. I don't see why not. Like, everybody just, and I think this has happened with a few teams this year, where it's like, I get fantasy football is very popular. I play a lot of fantasy football. Fantasy football. So I'm not bagging on fantasy football here. But all we concentrate on is the offense. I haven't heard anybody say, yeah, the team, their offense isn't very good, but the defense makes them an elite team. No, it's if your offense struggles, you are just kicked to the side. And that's what's happened with the Broncos. Everybody's nitpicking the Broncos. Oh, Bo Nix this, Bo Nix that. All these lucky wins, whatever. Well, it doesn't work that way. They're 9-2, and we've talked about this. I'm going to repeat. If anybody's heard me, you're going to hear me repeat this. There are 2 losses. No time left on the clock at the Indianapolis Colts. No time left on the clock at the Los Angeles Chargers, both playoff teams right now. They're that close to being 11-0, and nobody's giving them that respect. I think they're very, very good. It's just that the Patriots are just set up a little bit better to get the 1 seed based on their schedule, but yeah, the Broncos are in it. They're a better team. I think they're a better team than the Patriots. I just think the schedule is a little bit easier for the Patriots.
By the way, that Broncos defense has not had Pat Surtain for a while.
Alex Singleton last week against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They played without 2 elite players last week against the Chiefs. Still beat Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Why are we picking holes in the Broncos? They have a Hall of Fame coach. They have a defense. They have an offense that has come up with those plays in the fourth quarter that everybody likes to just dismiss as some lucky
fluke. Like, no, this is a really, really good football team, and people need to wake up to that.
Broncos beating Philly on the road, beating the Chiefs. Almost had the Colts who are in the mix. Frank Schwab on tonight. He projects him as the number 2 seed here early. Some weeks left to go. YahooSports.com. He's on. Find him at Yahoo Schwab. Frank, enjoy the day tomorrow. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, Nate.
Thanks a lot. Frank Schwab in tonight. Glad to have him. Appreciate his time. Hopping on a Wednesday before Thanksgiving. He's the national NFL writer for Yahoo Sports. Live on the Nate Brown Show tonight. We're taking your top turkey nominations. Who is the top turkey? Not in a good way. Not in a good way, okay? Listener text, I like this one. My top turkey nomination is the Minnesota Vikings. Hashtag cooked turkey. Well, that's just mean. But that's good. That's just mean. Not bad. Are you going to take that, Vikings fans? All right. Husker talk next. We got Huskers, Iowa. Dylan Raiola in the news today. Matt Rule said he doesn't know anything about it. What's the story on this for the Huskers before the big Iowa game? Gary Sharp's in next from Omaha. He's with 1620 The Zone. He's coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Hey, it's Nate Brown for Atomic Wings, 2 locations in Sioux Falls. You don't need to keep going to the mediocre wing places with too much breading and wings that don't have any meat. Atomic Wings is different. I know firsthand. Their boneless wings are made with fresh chicken right there. The best wings I've had. 15 unique flavors to choose from sweet to heat. Huge traditional wings, fresh boneless wings for game day, lunch, or dinner. 2 locations in Sioux Falls. Just order at atomicwings.com. Atomicwings.com.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See menards.com for details.
We all know the drill. Packing the car, hitting the airport, traveling all over the country so our kids can play in tourneys in another state. But imagine bringing those tournaments to Rapid City. Year-round entertainment, shopping, dining. Millions in new revenue for Rapid City instead of Sioux Falls, Denver, or Omaha. A yes vote supports the sports complex. We win by showing up and voting yes on January 20th. Join the team at teamrapidcity.com. Paid for by Citizens for Responsible Growth.
Hi, I'm Tim Wrench, and I'm seeking personal injury cases. If you've been injured because someone else did something wrong, call me up. I'm a trial lawyer. I've tried criminal and civil cases for decades, and I can use all of that experience to help you. I also know this, that when insurance companies know that you're represented by a trial lawyer, they take your claim more seriously, and if it is to be settled, it's settled better with a trial lawyer. Wrench Law, 605-341-1111, wrenchlaw.com.
Attention football fans, the BetMGM Sportsbook at Cadillac Jack's Gaming Resort has it all. Watch your team on massive high-definition screens while enjoying live betting. Keep some skin in the game even when the odds don't go your way. Enter Jack's Second Chance Mulligan Drawing by dropping your losing ticket for a shot at up to $200 in Cadillac cash every week. Satisfy your craving with mouth-watering Mexican cuisine from Guadalajara's or choose from 4 other food vendors, all while sipping on your favorite drinks. The BetMGM Sportsbook at Cadillac Jack's Gaming Resort. How will your game play out?
Collins Siding has been the region's premier window siding, door, and gutter installation specialist since 1974. They use only the highest quality materials and never compromise on their workmanship. Collins Siding is licensed, bonded, and their estimates always include labor, materials, and applicable permits and taxes. Collins Siding has been providing top quality service and exceeding high standards for over 45 years, and you can find out how by visiting them at 2016 Cherry Avenue. Collins Siding, 2016 Cherry Avenue, Rapid City.
In the past, if you needed auto body repair, you had to get multiple estimates and then try to get your car into a shop for repair. Well, not anymore. In most cases, you can stop by one shop, get your estimate, and schedule your car for a repair. The question now becomes which shop you choose. If you like quality, choose J&J Truck and Auto Body. They have ASE, PPG, and Gold iCar certifications that allow them to offer you a nationwide warranty. And they'll work with your insurance company so you're pleased with the outcome. J&J Truck and Auto Body, 1513 East Philadelphia.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk show.
Hey, welcome back in. The Nate Brown Show live, Fox Sports Radio, South Dakota Sports Talk Show. We are ready for Thanksgiving. We got some work to do still. Glad you're here. I appreciate you. Matt Zimmer's coming up, SiouxFallsLive.com. Matt Zimmer straight ahead, SiouxFallsLive.com. We'll talk SDSU, USD, good stuff straight ahead. I think I've got him talking Huskers. If he's got me, we shall see. It's a radio show the day before Thanksgiving. I'm lucky we're here, and I'm lucky Gary Sharp's here, I think. 1620 The Zone. He's out of Omaha. Gary, are you with me?
I got you, Nate. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your wonderful listeners.
I appreciate you, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Here we go. It's a big headline day for the Huskers. I didn't expect this today. I know we got Iowa Huskers coming up Friday. You know, it's got some drama there. What do you say about this CBS Sports report? What are people buzzing about when a report comes out and says Dylan Raiola may be thinking about his options of transferring or what have you? What's going on?
Not a surprise. You know, his brother 2 weeks ago decommitted. I think it was probably encouraged a little bit by Nebraska. His brother is not as good as, Dayton is not as good as Dylan. I mean, this has kind of been bubbling around Lincoln and around the program. And, Rule was asked about it today, Nate. And he was only asked if he'd seen the report. It wasn't, hey, do you think that Dylan will return? So he kind of had an awkward response to that. But I can tell you that if this comes to fruition, I don't think people around the program are surprised. You got to remember that Dylan, for 2 years, and, he made an investment in Nebraska. Nebraska made an investment in him, and Nebraska's got to figure out, they feel like they got a good quarterback in TJ Lateef. They would love to keep both of them, but maybe it comes down to just keeping one. And, we wouldn't be in this situation maybe if the injury doesn't happen against USC. But I think this is something to watch. I think there's some legs to this, but Nebraska doesn't need this. They need to get through Friday because they got to win a football game against Iowa on Friday.
Okay, why do you think? I know the brother decommitting, Dayton decommitting, and that thing. What's going on with Dylan in this program? If he's thinking about heading out, well, a lot of Husker fans would say, well, that means we're not good enough. What's the real story there? There's ties there with, family ties. We all know this. So why would Dylan even be going down this road if Nebraska is progressing?
Well, Dylan Raiola is a brand, Nate. It's a business. The family treats it as a business, and their business is to get their son to the NFL. And I don't know, much of the backstory. I think everybody has been above board, and Dylan's been cool. He's done all the right things. He's been in the community. He is a brand. He's the first quarterback that Nebraska football has ever had that is a brand, that is a business. And, their business, the family business, is to get him to the NFL. And maybe they don't feel like Nebraska is the place to get him to the NFL. Now, the offense this year has been really choppy. And some of that's been on Dylan, whether he's held on to the ball too long or not having the mobility. I mean, Lateef plays 2 games and people go, wow, Nebraska looks different with a quarterback that has mobility. So I'm sure there's a lot of discussions that are in this, but those are kind of some of the things that I would point to if this comes to fruition and Dylan is no longer with Nebraska. Now, you got to remember another thing, Nate. There were a lot of rumors around the program last year that Dylan was being shopped, that Miami was extremely interested, that possibly Texas A&M, where Trev Alberts is the athletic director, is interested. So this is going to be the second straight year we're going to go through it. But now Nebraska knows that they have somebody behind him that's already played, that they feel like if they have to go to TJ Lateef, that they have something there they can work with to move Nebraska forward.
Gary Sharp on tonight. Headline out, CBS Sports saying that Dylan Raiola could be looking to explore his future options, and maybe that might be outside of Nebraska. We'll see. Huskers coming up, Iowa. Gary's on 1620 The Zone. Appreciate him coming on day before Thanksgiving. So here it is, Gary. I mean, you got to give me a little credit. You don't have to give me much. You got to. The Huskers are 7-4. I said they would be 8-4. I went game by game. So far, I have every single game right. Every single game right. So I got the 4 losses. I got the 7 wins. But here it is. I had them winning back in August. I said they would beat Iowa this year. And now I'm worried. Am I going to be right if they go 8-4? That was my projection. And the final one is Friday.
Well, you know what? There are some people that will look at 8-4 and have the schedule pegged exactly like you did, Nate, and go, man, this was a letdown. And you go, well, wait a minute. Saturday at Penn State has really changed the conversation on my radio show, my radio station, and around Husker Nation about it's the 11th game of year number 3 of Matt Rule, and they got outclassed. They got pushed around once again. It looked too much like the Minnesota game. They've been a really good bounce-back team this year when they've had a poor performance, but Iowa's different. They beat them 9 of 10 times, but in a lot of those games, it's Nebraska's undoing. They self-destruct, and they allow Iowa then to take over in the fourth quarter because Iowa waits around for Nebraska to mess up. So I think Nebraska has a chance to win, even as a 6.5-point underdog, and the fact that Rule has only won twice as an underdog at Nebraska. I think Nebraska has a chance to win because they're a good bounce-back team. They're playing at home. I think that will help, but this is going to be another tight game. But I'm telling you, Nate, you and I will have this discussion. You have a lot of Nebraska fans in your wonderful listening audience. There is a monster difference between 7-5 and 8-4 in year 3 of Matt Rule, trying to convince people with a much more difficult conference schedule next year that they're going to be fine and they'll be in the playoff mix.
Okay, I've seen some Nebraska writers write this. I saw this story at On3 said, if the Huskers win Friday, that's a huge deal. If they don't, it shows there's no progress. Is that fair?
That's true. I mean, I think there's the thing that I've talked about, and maybe you've noticed as well, is they look way too much like the team that played at Arrowhead way back in August. Like they're the same team from game 1 to coming up on game 12. Now, there's been individuals that have had made progress. The special teams are better, but I'm talking as a whole. The questions we had before that game against Cincinnati, they kind of still linger. Nebraska's been fortunate that Emmett Johnson has had a monster year at running back, but the defense, we worried about the rush defense. It's been the same problem from day number 1. That's the fear of many, is that a lot of the questions that we have just came back to the surface after Saturday night. The Nebraska really is the same team they were on game 1 to game 12, and you can kind of keep people at bay if you can win a game against your rival and win a game in which the style that Nebraska wants to be. You know, Iowa can win games by being Iowa. Can Nebraska beat Iowa by being Iowa? They haven't shown the ability to do that, even though they want to do that. So it just adds the importance of 11 a.m. on Friday.
Okay, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, Gary. It sounds like you talked about T.J. Lateef quite a bit. The Huskers might have something there in this quarterback that has to play with Raiola out. It sounds like you're saying Raiola might be gone.
Yeah, I think it would be ideal for Nebraska to keep both. In a financial world, because of the needs that they're going to have, I don't know that they can keep both, and I think they have something with Lateef. I think Lateef's ability to be a mobile quarterback allows them to expand their offense, and I think it's better suited for Dana Holgorsen. Too many times this year, it seemed like Nebraska was handcuffed because of Dillon's inability to get out of the pocket and open up the middle of the field, where Lateef, in 2 small sample sizes, looks like he's able to do that. And remember, he's a freshman. He is a freshman. The thing that's wild about this, Nate, if Dillon doesn't get hurt, there's a possibility they redshirt Lateef because he'd only played in 2 games. So things got turned around. You have to adjust on the fly. But I think they have something with Lateef. I know it was a blowout Saturday at State College, but there were things in that game that Lateef showed me that he learned from mistakes earlier in the game. He corrected them, even in a blowout. Maybe Penn State was not going as hard as they were, but I think he's a guy you can work with. And I think Nebraska would be better off just moving forward, that Lateef is a quarterback, go get a developmental quarterback, or like an older portal guy that can be a mentor out of the portal and move forward and say, you know what, thank you, Dillon, for 2 years. You were not bad. You were not good enough. We maybe failed you. You failed us. Let's just move on to the next phase at quarterback. I know that's frightening for some people because they have a known commodity in Dillon, but I think Nebraska football right now is kind of stuck at quarterback, and they need to make a decision to move forward because the thing that they are excited about, they're going to get a 5-star Trey Taylor that's coming in 2027. So how Rule handles this and how it is spun will really, really dictate the mood of the fan base after Friday, because I think this decision will come pretty quick on what they're going to have to do at quarterback and who's staying and who's going.
Is it a pretty big upset if the Huskers beat Iowa Friday?
I guess if you looked at the line, which is 6.5, you would say yes. I would say no. I think they're much closer together. It's just past history tells you that Nebraska won't beat Iowa. I think Nebraska will beat Iowa because they're a good bounce-back team, and I think they will do enough in that game that they will find a way to win. Because Iowa's offense, there are some strengths of Iowa, and there's some weaknesses that I think Nebraska's better. Also, this is the first time in about 10 games that Nebraska will have the better special teams. They just can't punt the ball to Weegan. If they don't punt the ball to Weegan, I think they're going to be fine. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a really low-scoring game. The weather will dictate a lot of it. I know the total is about 38.5. I think a low-scoring game. But I think Nebraska finds a way to win and makes you very happy at being right for 12 straight games about Nebraska football.
That would be something. That would be the first ever. That's difficult to predict, Nebraska football, and I could get it if the Huskers win. I'm worried. I'm a little more worried than you, Gary, I will tell you. Mark Gradowski in Iowa getting set to visit Nebraska Friday. Gary Sharp on tonight. Last one. Are your Chiefs dead yet? We've knocked them down. They're on the ropes. I've hit them down. Are they dead tomorrow?
Hey, I appreciate you, friend, for saving that for our last discussion. You know what? Here's the thing. If they're dead, they lose tomorrow, and they're probably not going to make the playoffs. But you're going to be very afraid, Nate, and everybody else out there in Bronco country, if Kansas City makes the playoffs, because that means they've gotten hot, and they've either gone on a 5-2, 6-1, or 7-0 run to make the postseason. It's going to be difficult, but I'm not ready to give up on them as long as they got Pat. But they got to win tomorrow. I think tomorrow also, by the way, will be the most watched NFL regular season game. That second window, Thanksgiving, two major brands, Cowboys, Chiefs.
Yeah, you might be right. They're saying huge numbers. Happy Thanksgiving, Gary. I hope you enjoy the rest of the week. I appreciate your time.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you and everybody else. Thanks, Nate.
Thanks a lot. Gary Sharp in tonight. He is on 1620 The Zone in Omaha, talking Huskers here on the Nate Brown Show. Gary Sharp bringing it tonight. Good stuff, and he's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Gary's right about one thing there. Yeah, just one thing. I'm a little worried the Huskers are going to lose. He says they're going to win. So I think my prediction of predicting the record 8-4 and all of the losses, I think I'm going to be wrong. I have a feeling Iowa's better. I wouldn't say the 6.5 better. I think it's tight Friday, but I think Iowa's better. I just looked at that Penn State game last week and I went, oh boy, uh-oh. But he is right about one thing. I will be afraid if the Kansas City Chiefs are in the AFC playoff field. As a Broncos fan, I'm still afraid when the Chiefs are in the playoffs. It's a lot of post-traumatic stress, a lot of high stress from watching the Chiefs in the playoffs. So my Broncos are good. They're tough. They're good. The Chiefs making the playoffs, not going to be great. Going to be an uneasy start to 2026. Hey, let's go to listener text here on Mahomes. Before we put Mahomes in a rocker, remember it took Brady 10 years to win his 4th Super Bowl. Okay? I'm not putting him in a rocker. I'm a little afraid of the Chiefs. So, boy, I'll be rooting for the Cowboys tomorrow. I don't like the Cowboys. Never have liked the Cowboys. But I don't like the Chiefs. You know that. Let's see. Lister text on the Huskers. 7-5 is just as bad as finishing 6-6. Ooh. So that's what Gary said. He said this game Friday for the Huskers is huge. 8-4, you feel like that's a pretty nice year. I know we got beat by USC and a down Penn State, but, you know, we didn't lose that many games we should have won, right? So 8-4, you're feeling good. You beat Iowa, you're feeling good. 7-5 is the same as 6-6, just an afterthought. And then how about Gary Sharp with like breaking news here? That CBS Sports story came out just today and said Dylan Raiola is going to explore his future options outside of the Huskers. He's going to explore options. Gary Sharp made it sound like Dylan Raiola's out. He made it sound like he's gone. And by the way, we had a Husker listener on this program who said that, I think like a year ago. He said, Dylan Raiola won't last. He said that on this program. So, boy, we have some predictors on here. We have some guys that make bold predictions. Lister text one more on the Huskers. As you said last year, Nate, the Huskers are just another team. They can't escape the average status. Yeah, I mean, they've just shown right now they're just another team. They just are. They just are. So, all right, let's go to the top turkeys of South Dakota sports. I've got some nominations that came in. I gave you my 3 top turkeys. I've got some more top turkeys of South Dakota sports coming up.
This is South Dakota's sports.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
Keep your cash and spend ours. Our Black Friday sale is back. Get 20% off our clean replacement windows and ensemble entry doors with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 18 months. You pay nothing until 2027. Plus, enjoy a Visa gift card for up to $2,000 as our gift to you. Hurry! This Black Friday event is only here till December 13th. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place that's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait, there's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute, and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
NFL Sunday Ticket. That means every game, every team, every Sunday. Right here at your favorite bar. Cheer loud, eat big, and score with Murphy's Game Day specials on food and drinks. The atmosphere, electric. The staff, legendary. The screens, everywhere. This season, don't just watch football. Experience it. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, baby. Murphy's Pub and Grill, your new football headquarters. Visit murphyspubandgrill.com.
Whether you run the race, make the catch, cast a line, pitch a tent, or just look good doing it, Shields Rapid City has your gear. From athletic clothing from your favorite team, cold weather gear to keep you warm, to the best camping selection this side of the Black Hills, and the most stylish and functional women's outerwear and footwear. Shields has the widest selection of the best brands in the business. So when you're ready to get out, get in the game, or get going, get to Shields. Shields, we're right there with you at Rushmore Crossing in Rapid City.
You're listening to The Nate Brown Show, also streaming right now on X. Follow us and watch the show live at Nate Brown Show.
Welcome back in. The Nate Brown Show is on day before Thanksgiving. I hope you're out. You're into your drive home, into the Thanksgiving festivities. We're brining a turkey right now. Brining a turkey. Have you done that? Wet brine, a wet brine. I'm getting a new door installed right now. This is a busy time in the Nate Brown Show. Renewal by Anderson. Have you heard of them? I love them. I love them. New partnership with Renewal by Anderson on the Nate Brown Show. And I got a new door coming in from Renewal by Anderson right now. And then I got the brining of the turkey. And then tonight, it's the last version of Stranger Things. You've just totally lost respect for me. I understand. Thank you. It's a busy night tonight. Then it's football tomorrow. It's all football tomorrow. I'm cooking the turkey. We're going to do a good job, I hope so. Matt Zimmer's coming up. SiouxFallsLive.com. Hang on. We'll talk FCS playoffs and more. Zimmer's coming up. Let's go to the top turkeys of South Dakota sports. I've got some nominees that coming in. By the way, I gave you my top turkeys of South Dakota sports in this first hour. If you missed it, I'm not going to run through the whole monologue, but my top 3 turkeys of South Dakota sports, the social media sports guys that have all the answers. They always reply. They have 30 replies a day to me, to Kearney, to all these guys, and they've got all the answers. I can't imagine that Dan Swartos and the Activities Association doesn't just listen to all these social media sports guys that have all the answers. And they would figure out everything in high school sports. They'd fix it tomorrow. It'd be all fixed. So social media sports guys, keep at it. You're just a gem. Also, the people that take youth sports way too serious. I just saw a picture of that last weekend at the tournament I was at. What a beauty. And I'll tell you, the administrators who won't vote to change something in South Dakota high school sports because it impacts their school only. You got to take a stand. You got to take a step for the bigger picture. There's my top turkeys in South Dakota sports. How about yours? Here's one that came in on the text line, 605-720-1067. The biggest turkey in South Dakota sports, this is a listener text, giant turkey, he said. Giant turkey. The SDHSAA. Well, hang on. Whoa. He said they need to sanction baseball. We have sanctioned high school softball. Why not baseball? So that's his thing. No, I understand. We don't approve of calling the South Dakota High School Activities Association turkeys. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in Pierre. We love you guys. But sanction high school baseball. Now, the Activities Association is going to say, it's not our thing. You got to have support. You got to have the schools bring this. So I'm with sanctioning high school baseball. I don't know who the turkeys would be in that scenario, but I am with sanctioning high school baseball. Listener text, it's not about South Dakota turkeys, but his top turkeys are all coaches this year. Oh, you're going to like this. My top turkeys for this year, all coaches, Bill Belichick, Dan Hurley, and your boy, Nate, Sean Payton. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be careful with that. Let's go to the phone lines. We'll take a call here. Thanks for getting in. You're live, and you go ahead.
Hi, Nate. How are you?
I'm good, man. Happy Thanksgiving. What's on your mind?
Well, my top turkey would be post-22 baseball this year. Had single-digit losses during the regular season and didn't even make it to the finals of the state tournament.
Good season, but not great.
No, and Coach Torby's record in the postseason since he's taken over hasn't been exactly stellar over the years, not just this year, but this year in particular because there were such great expectations for the, to go make it to the regionals, even though we didn't even make it to the state finals. So,
okay. By the way,
that would be.
I want to know if you're going to put Dylan Raiola of the Huskers as a top turkey today.
Well, if he's not all in for the program, then he should leave. Okay. I just think he thinks he's going to improve his NFL prospects by going somewhere else, but he's never going to be more than, if he does make it to the NFL, he's never going to be more than a backup because he's not mobile.
Yeah.
He's just, his arm is okay. It's not great. So I just, I think Latif over the long run is going to end up being a better quarterback because he's a running threat, which the defense has to respect. They know after 2 years that Raiola isn't, and so they don't have to plan for that in their defensive scheme. And he was getting $3.5 million this year, Nate.
I didn't know quite that, but
so that's another reason. And this Trey Taylor, I think Gary Sharp talked about him. He's not coming next year, but the following year.
Yeah, but we've heard all this. That was Dylan Raiola. It was the top quarterback recruit ever. We were excited.
Yeah.
It was right?
Well, now Dylan's younger brother decommitted. He's going somewhere else too.
Yeah.
That's another reason I think that Dylan's gone, because his brother's not coming.
Give me your take.
Maybe we get rid of his uncle, who's not a very good line coach either.
Give me your take. Hey, hang on. Give me your take. Huskers or Iowa Friday, and I'll leave you with that.
Iowa, because Nebraska's 93rd in the nation against the run. So, and Iowa's got one of the better offenses in the Big Ten. So I'm predicting 24-10 Iowa.
Youch. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, try and be thankful, okay? I appreciate you.
You too,
Thanks. Thanks for getting in. All right. We ran the table there. That was like just taking that Thanksgiving buffet and just running down the middle of the table and throwing the dishes and everything off the table. I mean, we just ran the table. Woo! Hot. Coming right back. 5 questions from Chris. Our loyal listener, Chris, is on vacation. Chris, you're on vacation? And you still send in 5 questions? I better answer them. Coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
Keep your cash and spend ours. Our Black Friday sale is back. Get 20% off our clean replacement windows and ensemble entry doors with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 18 months. You pay nothing until 2027. Plus, enjoy a Visa gift card for up to $2,000 as our gift to you. Hurry! This Black Friday event is only here till December 13th. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait, there's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
Anybody ever does experience an ACL tear that results in needing surgery to fix that, it's important to have a therapist on your side who can help them through prehab, rehab, and then return to sport. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It takes a long time to get back to the field of sport, but it's not impossible to do it all by any means. So just having that end goal in mind can be really beneficial for the rehab process.
When it comes to ACLs and sports performance training and treatment, get started at ElevatePerformanceSD.com.
One more time.
This is the Nate Brown Show. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
Welcome back in. The Nate Brown Show is on Fox Sports Radio. It's South Dakota Sports Talk Show every afternoon drive, even the day before Thanksgiving. A lot of times I'm traveling today, so we're going to be at home this Thanksgiving, so we're in tonight and glad to have you on board. Hope you're going to have a great Thanksgiving. The Nate Brown Show is powered by Black Hills Federal Credit Union, my family's banking partner. I don't just say that. And the goal of this is to tell you why I use them. It's just the best bank, the best partner to have, whether it's mobile banking on your phone, convenient stuff like that. They have all the technology and convenience you need, but really the best rates as well. I've done loans through their personal business. They help you every step of the way. Check them out. Become a member. It's a great place to bank. BHFCU.com. 18 locations across South Dakota from the Black Hills to Sioux Falls. BHFCU.com. Find out for yourself. I'm telling you, it's worth the switch. Really easy to get started. Become a member at BHFCU.com. Matt Zimmer's on tonight. The Nate Brown Show with Matt Zimmer, SiouxFallsLive.com. We'll get into the college football landscape for the FCS playoffs. How far can USD and SDSU go? Is this North Dakota State's party? We're just waiting to throw the party for the Bison or what? Matt Zimmer's coming up, SiouxFallsLive.com. A lot to discuss with him. Our question of the day is, when it comes to South Dakota sports on this Thanksgiving week, what big change would you like to see that you would be most thankful for? When it comes to South Dakota sports, what big change would you be most thankful for? 51% of the audience is voting for stopping all the athletes from transferring. Stopping all the athletes from transferring. You want to see it? Good luck. Good luck. 25% of you voting for I would be thankful if SDSU and USD went to the FBS. 25% there. 23% of people have voted for I would be thankful for six-man football making its debut in South Dakota. All right, keep them coming in. 605-720-1067. That is the Barron's Wilson text line for you. Hey, it's a Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but you know he's on vacation, but we still have this.
It's time for 5 questions from Chris on the Nate Brown Show.
Chris, hope you're enjoying your vacation. Seems like you're always on vacation. Anyway, come on, let's go. 5 questions from Chris on the Nate Brown Show. Our loyal listener sends them in. Question number 1. Nate, do you think being a head coach for an NFL team is totally different than being a head coach for a big-time college team? Do you think an NFL head coach is totally different than a big-time college coach? Yes, I actually do. I really, really do. I don't think you're going to see these college coaches do the NFL stuff anymore. I mean, people have thrown around, hey, remember Matt Rule didn't do it at Carolina. Urban Meyer was a mess in Jacksonville. I mean, people have thrown like, oh, what about Lane Kiffin? No. It is totally different. And people say, well, now in college you pay players and you have to do contracts and stuff. The NFL is totally different. College, man, it is it's turned into a wild mess, and it's just that relationship there between college coach and player, the young guys and the whole thing, the transfer portal and how you have to craft a team every year. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. I think it's totally different to be a big-time college coach and an NFL coach today. Question number 2. Nate, did you see the Turkish Football Association suspended over 1,000 soccer players for sports betting issues? No, I did not see that, Chris. This incident in Turkey isn't new to European soccer with their sports gambling that's widespread. Do fans of North American sports risk seeing something like this in the U.S.? Or are there safeguards protecting the integrity of sports? I think these safeguards are there. I think we're catching a lot of this stuff. Like, people have made this argument. Is sports betting worse now because we've seen these scandals, NBA, college, stuff like this? Or are we just knowing that we found this out now because of the regulations and people monitoring this and all the legality of it in every state? I think it's probably that. I think we're catching this stuff, and the stories are out there, and so we're seeing this stuff. Otherwise, it was all under the table. I mean, we didn't have any clue about this stuff. Was it going on? I probably. So I tend to believe we're catching it because of the regulations and the safeguards. Now, 1,000 soccer players suspended in the Turkish Football Association. I mean, that's just wild. Question number 3. Last year, Eli Manning wasn't selected into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. This year, Drew Brees is one of the new players eligible. Who do you think gets enshrined into the Hall of Fame first, Drew Brees or Eli Manning? I have a feeling it's going to be Drew Brees, Chris. Like Eli Manning, they say, look at the Super Bowls. And that's his claim right there. I mean, Eli Manning has won big games. He's won Super Bowl. Now, Drew Brees got that one with Sean Payton. Drew Brees' numbers are off the charts. So I believe he does have the Super Bowl, so mark that box. And then you look at the prolific passing numbers. That's why I think people are... When you say who's the better quarterback, who do you guys say? I'll just say Drew Brees or Eli Manning. What's your vote? It's automatic Drew Brees. Whether you can say, hey, Eli won a lot of games. I mean, he won these big games. Yeah, we still say Drew Brees is the best quarterback with his career, right? So I think he goes Hall of Fame first. Question number 4. Do you think Bill Belichick's just going to walk into the sunset after this week? His team's 4-7, 2-5 in the ACC. I have a feeling he might. That's an interesting question, Chris. Not a lot of people are talking about it. We saw Bill struggling in this mess and this whole thing. North Carolina's bad. Is Bill Belichick just going to give up 4 years and $40 million on the table? I have a feeling he might, actually. I mean, it's not going to be right after the season, but it wouldn't surprise me to say Bill Belichick's out at North Carolina. It has been a disaster. 5 questions from Chris. The last one, question number 5. Nate, what are you going to do for your Thanksgiving dinner? Are you going to attempt a deep-fried turkey? I used to fry the turkey. I have fried turkeys. I've done the outdoor fryer. I've done an indoor fryer. Indoor fryer, you can't get out of your house that smell for about 6 months. But no more frying of the turkey. Brine the turkey now. You got to have 12, 24 hours. Brine it. It's a nice recipe. So I got that going. Then you're going to put it in the oven. You bake it. You baste it. You bake it. You baste it. Keep the juices flowing. Not a fried turkey guy anymore. It's good, though. It is good. You got to be careful. 5 questions from Chris. In the books, Matt Zimmer. Sioux Falls Live. A lot to discuss. He's coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Shop the Black Friday sales event at Splash City, November 15th through December 2nd. Stay warm, relaxed, and save thousands on jacuzzi hot tubs and infrared saunas. Choose between an instant rebate or get 0% financing. With free local delivery and setup and an accessory package, you can warm up inside and outside all winter long. Shop the Black Friday sales event at Splash City, November 15th through December 2nd.
Visit Splash City in Sioux Falls, Rapid City, or Sioux City. It's time to make a splash. You've earned it. It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See menards.com for details.
West River, are you ready? The University of South Dakota men's basketball team is bringing the action to the Monument for a college hoop showdown against the Air Force Falcons. This is a matchup you don't want to miss. November 29th, the Coyotes hit the hardwood. West River Pride. Get your tickets now at the Blue Peak Ticket Office or online at themonument.live. Don't wait. Be part of history. USD versus Air Force, November 29th. Be there.
Get unmatched selection at the best prices this holiday season from your Mr. Liquor stores in Rapid City. This month's specials include all flavors of Bailey's Irish Cream, $29.49 for a $7.50. Save $4 on Juggernaut red wines, now only $15.99. Or get a $7 savings on your next bottle of Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey, now just $23.99. Price is good at both Mr. Liquor stores, off Cadron Boulevard next to Walmart, or on the corner of West Chicago and Sturgis Road in Rapid City.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Lows level off around 23. Tonight, under partly cloudy skies, westerly winds around 5 miles per hour. Mainly cloudy skies expected tomorrow. Highs level off around 38. Lows dip down to about 24. Tomorrow night, cloudy skies. About an inch of snow Friday through Saturday. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Right now, it's 30 degrees.
You never know what kind of weather Mother Nature has planned. Be ready in a 4x4 or all-wheel drive from Denny Menlo Toyota. Shop a great selection of used trucks and sport utilities and the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned. Get financing as low as 4.99% APR for up to 60 months on certified pre-owned, including RAV4s. See us at Denny Menlo Toyota or DennyMenloToyota.com. 1887 per 1,000 finance, regardless of down. Offers with qualified credit. Expires 1/5/26.
We all know life's busy, and if you get sick, you can get behind pretty quick. That's where Black Hills Urgent Care comes in. No appointments needed, no long waits, just fast, affordable care to get you feeling better quicker. Black Hills Urgent Care has 2 locations in Rapid City on Haynes Avenue and Mountain View Road. You can simply check in online at bhucare.com. That's with the letter U, bhucare.com. When you need care, see the team at Black Hills Urgent Care, the faster way to get better.
Live callers, big-time interviews, and breaking sports news. This is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown.
Welcome back in. The Nate Brown Show is on tonight. Thanks for being here. Great guest lineup tonight. Night before Thanksgiving. We got the A-listers on tonight. It's big time. All these guys have lives. Did you know that? They hop on this show, and I appreciate it. Gary Sharp was on tonight talking Huskers, Iowa. Coming up, Gary Sharp from Omaha. And big headlines there. He doesn't think Dylan Raiola comes back. He said he would like to have him come back. He's iffy on Raiola coming back to the Huskers. That CBS Sports story came out today. Frank Schwab was in tonight talking the NFL. Some great games tomorrow. This might be one of the best Thanksgiving slate I've seen. Seriously. Really good games tomorrow. Yahoo Sports NFL writer Frank Schwab on tonight. Go to the Nate Brown Show podcast. You've got every show this week. We had USD Athletic Director John Schemmel yesterday. So good stuff on the Nate Brown Show podcast. Search the Nate Brown Show wherever you get your podcasts, and you've got us the rest of the Thanksgiving week. Hey, Matt Zimmer's going to be working this weekend. He's got Thanksgiving tomorrow. He is in on SiouxFallsLive.com. He was doing some volleyball coverage last night. SDSU women go down. Surprise there. Matt, welcome in. How are you?
Good, Nate. How are you?
I'm doing good. Okay. I got to get a little insight here. I got a listener that's asking about my worst foods for Thanksgiving tomorrow. And so I'm going to go to the Matt Zimmer ranking here. This will be interesting for me. How about some cranberry sauce tomorrow? Are you going to be in on some cranberry sauce, or what's something that you just can't have that's going to be passed around the table?
That was going to be number one on my do not want list, would be cranberry sauce. Yeah, I'm kind of a traditionalist. I guess that is a traditional one, but not really into the sweets. Give me the turkey and mashed potatoes, and I'm good.
Okay, so I'm out on cranberry sauce. Sweet potatoes.
Yeah, nope, just regular mashed potatoes for me.
Wow. Okay, I'm with you. We might be able to do Thanksgiving sometime. I'm with you. That sounds like a good plan. Okay, let me get to the FCS playoffs. Let's see where we're at. Here's the big question. I said when North Dakota State beat SDSU, and I know the scenario and the thing, and I'm watching these games, and you're covered them. I said this feels like North Dakota State might be a cut above the rest. Does it feel like that starting the field here? I mean, a cut above the rest by quite a bit, I thought. What do you say?
Yeah, I think so. I know Illinois State gave them a game, and North Dakota gave them a game. And you can say, North Dakota almost beat them, and then SDSU beat North Dakota, so maybe that means, but I don't think so. It's tough to run the table. You're going to have days where you're not at your best. You're not going to go out and dominate every single week. But NDSU came closer to doing that than anybody else. They went undefeated, home and away, tough schedule. They have some NFL dudes, Colt Payton, Bryce Lance, very good defense, who I think is maybe the best coach in the FCS. I mean, we obviously saw he was being mentioned for some FBS jobs already this week. So I really think it's very much a NDSU versus the field sort of thing.
I'm with you on that. If you look at the rest of the field, is Montana State in that mix? Is Montana in that mix?
Well, if anybody is, they are, but it's one of those things like, are any of those teams really a threat to them? I mean, if you're talking about who's the second best team in the country, then sure, I think you start with the Montana teams. Maybe Charlton State. I don't know. They're obviously they got the 4 seed, but traditionally some of those teams have struggled to play with Valley teams. SDSU's down. We don't know how good they're going to be in the playoffs, especially if Chase Mason gets back. So it's almost like two different conversations. Like, who's a threat to NDSU? Maybe nobody. Who's the second best team in the country? There's a lot of teams that I think could make that claim.
So you've talked about Chase Mason till you're blue in the face, and Dan Jackson's talked about it till he's blue in the face. Is this feeling like Chase Mason might come back this week?
I think it's possible. I felt like last week it was a 50-50 deal. He was practicing. He was wearing a helmet and pads at practice. I was at practice last night, and he was helmet and pads and doing team sessions too, not just the individual quarterback drills. He didn't appear to be wearing any sort of brace or special shoe or anything. Now, I didn't see him, tear it loose and do any sprinting, because obviously the running game is a big part of Chase's arsenal. I didn't see him do that, and that's kind of what I'm waiting to see before you say, okay, he's full go, he's ready to be himself. But Dan has used words like optimistic and even confident in talking about Chase's chances of playing, and their season's on the line here. I mean, this is it. I know Chase wants to play. He's been trying to get back out there for a while. I can't promise, if Jacks fans want me to say, yep, he's playing, I promise, I can't do that. But I think if you force me to make a call, yes or no, I'm leaning towards yes.
Okay, so people think South Dakota State can beat New Hampshire in Brookings, and then they would have the Grizz in Montana. I got an email from a Grizz fan that said, I hate that matchup for the Grizz. Is that a game, second round, that could be interesting at Montana?
Well, I would certainly hate it if I was a Grizz fan. I mean, you can say, SDSU's down, they're 8-4, they just had a 4-game losing streak, but they're still South Dakota State. I mean, what a crappy reward for Montana, to have such a great season, be a top 3 seed, and they have to welcome a team that, has been to the semifinals 8 years in a row and won 2 national championships, has beat the crap out of them each of the last 2 seasons in the playoffs. That's a real tough draw for Montana. Now, first, like you mentioned, the Jacks have to win against New Hampshire, which, when you've lost at home to Indiana State, anything seems possible.
Right.
But I do think they're playing better. They got a lot of their confidence back. And if they have Chase Mason, they should beat New Hampshire. I just don't think New Hampshire's that strong of a team. Would I, be running to Vegas to throw money on the Jacks to win at Washington Grizzly Stadium? Definitely not. This is not the same SDSU team we've had the last couple of years. But I wouldn't put it past them. That's a tough matchup for Montana, and I don't blame them for saying, gee, thanks a lot, committee, for giving us a blue blood right away in the second round.
Matt Zimmer on tonight. Find his work at SiouxFallsLive.com. One more on SDSU. So it's going to be like 20 degrees, snow showers. It's going to be iffy. It's Thanksgiving weekend. Is there anything that the FCS can do with these home crowds? I mean, what's the crowd going to be like?
It's not going to be good. And, we've, talked about this ad nauseum over the years. A lot of it is just, season tickets don't include playoffs, and a lot of fans, buy their tickets for whatever games they're going to go to in July or August or whatever, and then asking them to make another commitment because these tickets are not cheap. A lot of people just decide against it. The games are on TV. It's warmer on your couch in the living room. For whatever reason, Montana State have enough of a history or a culture there where those fans are like, hey, we're going to the playoff games too.
Yeah.
But they're really the only places in the country in FCS football that are like that. And even NDSU has had some pretty small playoff crowds over the years. It's going to be certainly less than 10,000, and if the weather's as crappy as it's starting to sound like it might be, I wouldn't be surprised if it's only 4,000 or 5,000. The good news is the crowd, the people that are there are the people that really care, that are really into it. I remember the Jacks played a playoff game about 10, 12 years ago where they only had 3,000 or 4,000, and Zach Zenner told me later after the game it was the best crowd of the year. The smallest crowd of the year, but it was the loudest and most engaged. So it'll be disappointing to see so much empty blue, because I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to get. But like I said, it'll be the people that have been there all year long.
Where's USD? How far can this USD team go? They keep surprising everybody, and this turnaround of this season has been impressive, I think. Can they go fairly far? They've got Drake, then Mercer.
Yeah, I really like USD's draw. I mean, I'm not saying Drake can't beat them, but it would be really, really difficult. They're a non-scholarship team. They're much closer to a Division II team than an actual FCS club. They already played each other once. USD beat them soundly. Assuming they take care of business there, they go to Mercer, which is in Macon, Georgia. Mercer's been a pretty good, consistent program the last couple of years, but some of those teams out of the South have really struggled to play with Valley teams. Mercer came up here to play the Jacks 2 years ago and got beat 41-0. Now, that was the best SDSU team ever, the one that went undefeated and barely got tested. But still, it's just a different game with the Valley, the physicality, the speed, the caliber of athlete, the caliber of coaching, all of it. I would like USD's chances a lot to go to Mercer and win because they're playing really good football. I mean, as bad as they looked back in September, they're probably one of the 10 best teams in FCS right now. And if they do get by Mercer, then they either are probably hosting SDSU in a rematch at the Dome, or they get to go out to Missoula, which would be a really interesting game. So, again, what a tough draw for the Grizz potentially. But I think it's a pretty favorable draw for USD given how far they've come this year.
Last one for Matt Zimmer. I'll let him run. Find him at SiouxFallsLive.com. He's on X at Matt J. Zimmer. Tim Polasek stays with North Dakota State. Interest from Colorado State. Interest from Oregon State. It looked like he said to Dom Izzo today, I believe in my heart, some way, shape, or form, the FBS is going to happen. So then people say, well, maybe he stuck around because they're going to go FBS sooner than later. What's your read?
I mean, maybe. To say I believe in my heart it's going to happen somewhere at some time, well, yeah, probably eventually. But that comment doesn't make it sound like he knows anything or that it's imminent. And I think what this does, this contract, gives him the opportunity to see how long it's going to take and decide how long he wants to wait. If he gets the sense that, okay, we're going to do this in 3 or 4 years, why wouldn't you want to stay? Because NDSU as an FBS program is going to be a better job than a Colorado State or a Wyoming or almost any of those Mountain West, group of 5 schools. They'll instantly be one of the best G5 programs there are. But then if it looks like after 3-4 years, hey, it's not going to happen, there's no opening, there's nowhere to go, we're stuck in FCS, it's not going to be hard for him to get out of that contract. FCS contracts are barely worth the paper they're written on, so he can still always bail whenever he wants.
If there's, let's say something like that happens, SDSU, NDSU, this change happens, Wyoming's coach just said this week, we need to get up to $2.5 million a year to win some games. $2.5 million NIL. Is that easy for a North Dakota State, a South Dakota State, $2.5-3 million a year NIL only?
It's certainly not easy, but I think it's attainable. I think that's a reasonable number. I've heard that NDSU is already in that neighborhood. Don't quote me on that. I don't know, and I don't know where SDSU is at either. But it's more than just NIL, you know. I mean, Tim Polasek is the highest-paid coach in FCS, I think, and he makes $500,000 a year. The lowest-paid coaches in most Group of 5 schools are making $1 million or around there. Some are making $2 million. So there's all sorts of things that go into it. You have to fund your program. You have to pay your head coach. You have to pay his assistant coaches. You have to have all the things that a lot of things SDSU and NDSU already have as far as training table and nutrition and strength coaches and, you know, enough GAs and quality control coaches and all that stuff that behind the scenes people don't see. It'll be tough, but that's the thing. SDSU and NDSU are pretty close to funding their programs and resourcing them the way a lot of FBS teams already are. That's why they want to go, because they're kind of like, hey, we're already doing all the FBS stuff. Someone's just got to let us in.
Yeah, that's interesting. Matt Zimmer on tonight, SiouxFallsLive.com for the coverage this weekend. The FCS playoffs get underway. Matt, happy Thanksgiving, man. Enjoy the day. I appreciate it.
You too, Nate. Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Matt Zimmer on tonight. Appreciate him. Covers the Jacks, Yotes, and more. SiouxFallsLive.com. Matt Zimmer on tonight, courtesy of the Pizza Ranch Studio Hotline, powered by the Pizza Ranch at East 10th Street, Sioux Falls. Location in Brandon's great. 2 locations in Rapid City, home of everyone's favorite buffet. If you're going to have some turkey tomorrow, you're not going to be eating leftovers the entire weekend. Stop by the Pizza Ranch. Your locally owned and operated Pizza Ranch, East 10th Street, Sioux Falls, Brandon, and 2 locations in Rapid City. Coming right back on the Nate Brown Show, let's get some NFL picks from BetMGM Sportsbook coming up.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
Hey, it's Nate Brown for Atomic Wings, 2 locations in Sioux Falls. You don't need to keep going to the mediocre wing places with too much breading and wings that don't have any meat. Atomic Wings is different. I know firsthand. Their boneless wings are made with fresh chicken right there. The best wings I've had. 15 unique flavors to choose from sweet to heat. Huge traditional wings, fresh boneless wings for game day, lunch, or dinner. 2 locations in Sioux Falls. Just order at atomicwings.com. Atomicwings.com.
Does your home have a crawl space? When cold weather arrives, that can mean cold floors, frozen pipes, and higher energy bills. Protect your family and keep the cold air out this winter with expert crawl space sealing by Blackburn Basement Systems. Sealing keeps your crawl space clean, protects pipes, and insulates your home so floors are warmer and energy bills are lower. A sealed crawl space means a nicer home. Don't wait. Call Blackburn Basement Systems today.
We all know the drill. Packing the car, hitting the airport, traveling all over the country so our kids can play in tourneys in another state. But imagine bringing those tournaments to Rapid City. Year-round entertainment, shopping, dining. Millions in new revenue for Rapid City instead of Sioux Falls, Denver, or Omaha. A yes vote supports the sports complex. We win by showing up and voting yes on January 20th. Join the team at teamrapidcity.com. Paid for by Citizens for Responsible Growth.
24 auto manufacturers, over 350 vehicles to choose from, one place. Denny Menno Rapid Chevrolet. Shop used GMCs, Rams, Fords, Jeeps, import Chevys, GM certified pre-owned, all with Denny Menno discounts. If you want it, we have it, or we'll find it for you. Buyers on site offering top dollar for all trades. Financing available on the spot and all credit applications accepted. Western South Dakota's largest selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs is at Denny Menno Rapid Chevrolet or DennyMennoRapidChevrolet.com.
Over $73,000 in cash and prizes are up for grabs this November and December during the Cash Climb at Cadillac Jack's Gaming Resort. Be here every Friday and Saturday starting at 8 p.m. for your chance to win prize packages from $300 all the way up to $1,000 at midnight. If a winner isn't present, the prize rolls over, making the next drawing even bigger. It all leads up to the grand prize drawings on November 29th and December 27th. Only at Cadillac Jack's Gaming Resort in Deadwood. How will your night play out?
Since 1928, Connect Home Center has been proud to serve Rapid City and Spearfish with quality products and customer service that you can trust. In 2000, Connect joined the Mead Lumber family, and now they're taking the next step into their journey. Connect Home Center is becoming Mead Lumber. Same people, same service, just a new name from design to finish. Mead Lumber is here for you, as they've always been. MeadLumber.com.
What makes a credit union different from a bank? At Highmark Credit Union, it starts with you. We're member-owned, not shareholder-driven. That means our earnings go back to you through better rates, lower fees, and personal service. Unlike big banks, we put people first. You're not just an account number, you're part of a community. Highmark Credit Union. Local, personal, and here for you. We'll make it happen. Federally insured by the NCUA.
This is The Nate Brown Show, also streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe to The Nate Brown Show on YouTube.
You know what that sounds like? That's Stranger Things coming back tonight. After the Nate Brown Show is on tonight. Hey, thanks for being here. Hey, I know, Stranger Things. I've been watching, and I've watched it from season 1 all the way up until tonight. It's back on Netflix. My kids love Stranger Things. Don't lose any respect for me. And I believe Matt Kearney, the producer of the Nate Brown Show, will get into Stranger Things sooner than later. He's shaking his head. Don't knock it till you try it. Stranger Things coming back tonight. The Nate Brown Show is on tonight. South Dakota Sports Talk Show. Thanks for being here. Hey, I want to get to some picks for the weekend. Our home for NFL football, Fox Sports Radio, is 10 Lizzie BetMGM Sportsbook, Main Street, Deadwood. It's where I go every time the games are on, including Thanksgiving Day games, and there's some good ones. Let's go to the Sportsbook manager, 10 Lizzie, BetMGM Sportsbook, Deadwood. It's Colt Martin back on tonight. Colt, how are you?
Doing very well, Nate. Thanks for having me back on the show.
All right, man. Let's go. Some great games. I think these games on Thanksgiving might be some of the best I've seen in a long time. Usually you have one game not so good. There's some good matchups. I'm going to start with the first one that's on tomorrow at 10 Lizzie. It will be the Lions-Packers. Lions-Packers. How do you see that? This is an NFC North battle. Lions favored by 2.5. What do you feel?
I like the Packers in this one, plus 2.5. The Packers defense looks legit. They're both definitely different teams since their Week 1 meeting, but the Packers got that one 27-13. Missing Kraft and Golden's going to hurt, but they still have solid weapons throughout. So I think the Packers are going to pull this one out.
Okay, so you're going to take not only the points, you think they're going to win. They're going to win?
I think they're going to win.
All right.
I like the buffer of the points, but I think they're going to win.
Okay, so Packers getting 2.5. Colt's going to take 2.5, and he's thinking the Packers can even win. First game on the docket tomorrow at 10 Lizzie, BetMGM Sportsbook. This mid-afternoon game, after people maybe get their lunch, maybe get their food, it's going to be Chiefs-Cowboys. Huge matchup on. Chiefs favored by 3. Do you think the Cowboys are legit enough to stay in this?
I do. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I'll take the Cowboys in the points. I believe the Cowboys basically have to win out to make a run, so this is a must-win game for them. And they've got a pretty good three-headed monster in the red zone with Lamb, Pickens, and Ferguson.
Wow, so you're going to take the points with the Cowboys. I'm a Broncos fan, Colt, so I'm okay with that. I want the Cowboys to knock down the Chiefs. I want the Chiefs to eventually be knocked down. We'll see, though. They're favored by 3 on the road in Dallas. Colt Martin's on tonight, breaking down some NFL. The Thursday games, Thanksgiving, it will be on at Tin Lizzie BetMGM Sportsbook, our home for Fox Sports Radio. Let's go to Friday. So we got this Black Friday game. Bears, Eagles. I thought this number was big at BetMGM. It's the Eagles -7. Can the Eagles separate from a Bears team that's number 1 in the NFC North?
I agree. I'm going to take the Bears and the points on this one. Ben Johnson's turned that offense around, top 10 in every category except for passing offense, where they're just outside the top 10. The deciding factor on this one for me is, last I saw, 88% of the money is on the Eagles, which is incredibly high, so I'm going to ride with the book on this one with the Bears.
Okay, so the book going with the Bears, and Colt Martin going to go with the Bears. +7. You get 7 with the Bears. Last one on our list for watching the NFL this weekend is Sunday Night Football. My Broncos facing the Commanders. I'm iffy on this, and now I know I'm a Broncos fan. I think they can win, but I think it's tight. The Broncos are favored by 5.5. The offense has not been prolific. Can the Broncos win by a touchdown at Washington?
It could definitely be a tight game. I'm going to take the Broncos on this one, -5.5. Denver defense is a juggernaut. The Commanders have a solid rushing attack, but lack explosiveness in the passing game without Jaden Daniels. So if Denver can shut down the run, they should be able to control this game.
Okay, so you're going to rely on my Broncos defense. We've been relying on them all season long. You're going Broncos -5.5. Okay, Colt, I've had this happen. People are like, wait a minute. Can I get in there and bet on the games on Thanksgiving? Well, of course, right?
Definitely. We are open 365 days of the year. I don't even know if we got locks on the door, so we will be around and ready for the games.
All right, and it's a really good Thanksgiving slate. You got Black Friday game. You got college games, Huskers, Iowa on Friday. Your headquarters, our headquarters is BetMGM Sportsbook, Main Street, Tin Lizzie, the best place to watch football in South Dakota. Colt, I appreciate you. Have a great weekend, man. Thanks.
You as well, Nate. Thank you.
Colt Martin on, Sportsbook Manager. So go and see him, make your play. Tin Lizzie, BetMGM Sportsbook, our headquarters for Fox Sports Radio and the Nate Brown Show. Tin Lizzie, Main Street, Deadwood, BetMGM Sportsbook, the king of sportsbooks. All the games will be on starting tomorrow. Lions, Packers to get things started for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm iffy. That's how I break it down. I'm looking at it going, if I just look at this really quick, I'm going to go Lions money line for entertainment purposes only. Lions money line just to win. That 2.5, I guess, but I'm going to go Lions over the Packers. I will take the Chiefs money line over the Cowboys. Cowboys aren't going to hang. Chiefs money line. Give me the Eagles money line. I know there's no value there. If you're actually looking at like, hey, I'm going to go to Deadwood, bet on. Eagles -7 is tough for me. Go Eagles money line. I don't see them losing to the Bears. And give me the Broncos Sunday Night Football money line over the Commanders. Okay? That means I'm not taking the points. It's too much. So that's my take on my NFL picks tonight. Who's hot and who's not on the Nate Brown Show, wrapping up our week before Thanksgiving. Why don't I go with my who's not the worst Thanksgiving dishes you can have coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
All kinds of vehicles, all kinds of loans, all as low as 4.99% APR. At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, we're here to help all kinds of people, just like you. Get moving. From truck drivers to van warriors, we got the right loan to fit your style with rates as low as 4.99% APR. Wherever the road takes you, start with BHFCU. Apply today at bhfcu.com or text or call 605-718-1818.
Offer subject to credit approval. BHFCU is member owned and insured by NCUA.
How do you make a buffet day even better? Make it a play day. The Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade is your place for good food and good times. Won the big game? Make it a play day. Aced your test? Make it a play day. Just need to get out of the house? Make it a play day. The Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade has all your favorites and all kinds of fun. So bring your family, bring your friends, bring your team. For good food and good times, make it a buffet day and a play day at the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade.
Building your Black Hills dream? Builder's First Source in Rapid City, Spearfish, and Hot Springs has you covered. Top quality materials, product expertise, all your building needs in one place for materials and services. Just stop in or start at BLDR.com. That's BLDR.com. Builder's First Source. Build it.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Lows level off around 23. Tonight, under partly cloudy skies, westerly winds around 5 miles per hour. Mainly cloudy skies expected tomorrow. Highs level off around 38. Lows dip down to about 24. Tomorrow night, cloudy skies. About an inch of snow Friday through Saturday. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Right now, it's 30 degrees.
It's time to trade in and trade up at Spearfish GMC Cadillac. And that means great deals lot-wide on a huge lineup of locally sourced pre-owned vehicles. Choose from all makes and models, trucks, cars, SUVs, and certified pre-owned. All priced below market for unbeatable value. Whether you're trading in or trading up, now's the time to save big at Spearfish Motors. Visit us today or online anytime at spearfishmotors.com.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
We all know life's busy, and if you get sick, you can get behind pretty quick. That's where Black Hills Urgent Care comes in. No appointments needed, no long waits, just fast, affordable care to get you feeling better quicker. Black Hills Urgent Care has 2 locations in Rapid City on Haynes Avenue and Mountain View Road. You can simply check in online at bhucare.com. That's with the letter U, bhucare.com. When you need care, see the team at Black Hills Urgent Care, the faster way to get better.
Your sports, your show. From East River to West River, this is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown Show.
All right, before we go into the Thanksgiving holiday, I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoy the day with your family, friends. Make it count. Appreciate all the stuff you have in your life. I appreciate you making us a part of your day on the Nate Brown Show. South Dakota Sports Talk Show, Fox Sports Radio. Tonight, Who's Hot and Who's Not, brought to you by the Pizza Ranch, home of everyone's favorite buffet. In my Who's Hot category, now this is interesting news, Montana State head coach Brent Vigen. He was interviewing a candidate for the Oregon State job. He just released a statement saying he's going to stay with Montana State. He appreciates the support of the AD and the support of the program. Brent Vigen looks like he's staying at Montana State. Tim Polasek staying at North Dakota State. Now, that's very interesting. Oregon State and Colorado State stuff. These guys were interested. The FCS coaches staying. In our Pizza Ranch Who's Not category tonight, how about my top 3 worst Thanksgiving dishes? Don't do this tomorrow. Come correct, or don't come at all. Top 3 worst. Cranberry sauce. It is bad. Nobody likes it. You just try and choke it down. I mean, nobody likes it except for my brother, and he eats potatoes like apples. I mean, the guy's messed up. So he's the only guy that likes this stuff. Cranberry sauce is out. That's bad. Number 2, and my daughter's going to make it tomorrow. My high schooler, she said she's going to make it. She's going to force me to eat it. It's one of my 2 top worst. Brussels sprouts. Get them out of here. She thinks she's going to put all sorts of fancy stuff on them to make them good. You can't. It's over. Brussels sprouts, terrible. Number 1 worst, and you guys are going to have it on your plate tomorrow because it's a traditional thing. Number 1 worst, don't even do it. Sweet potatoes. My gosh. Who likes sweet potatoes? We're not talking sweet potato fries. Everybody pretends those are good. Sweet potatoes, mushy, terrible. I mean, I want to actually enjoy my dinner tomorrow. I hope you do. Thanks for listening to The Nate Brown Show. Happy Thanksgiving. The Nate Brown Show podcast going up right now. We'll be back here on Monday.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults.